All right. So today we are back out at the Kitsap County Fairgrounds course. Um, I found out, I had mentioned before that there were some extra holes. I found out that there's actually a full 9 extra holes. And so on this side of the road, by the way, I'm not going to play all the holes today. On this side of the road, they added 4 additional holes between hole 3 and 4 that are listed as A, B, C, and D. And then between holes 13 and 14 on the other side of the road, they've added holes V, W, X, Y, and Z between 13 and 14. So 5 on the backside, 4 on this side. So I think what we're going to do today is I'm going to do my classic 9-hole loop over on this side of the road that goes 1 through 7 and then 17 and 18. But I'm going to go ahead and see about throwing in those extra 4 holes because I've never seen them before. And then some other time we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. We'll do the other side of the road, so holes 18 through 16. Yeah, I'm sorry, 8 through 16, and then also get the extra 5 holes over there. So I'm going to shoot for, 13 holes here today. Hole 1, right down the hill, definitely curves right. I'm not making it, but I'm going to go ahead and throw my Firebird, see if I can avoid everything. And of course, why am I doing my forehand first shot when I haven't warmed up at all? I don't know. That's terrible. Actually, cut roller wasn't that bad. All right, I feel like this is an awkward range for me because at this range, I feel like if I try to make it really smooth, I'm going to blast right past. But if I try to go soft, I'm going to end up short. I don't really like this range. Well, at least I don't like this range for a forehand, but this is really a forehand shot. Well, I ended up short. That's a putt, though. All right, got a tester right at the beginning. That's exciting. So close. All right, hole 2, 200 feet. Pretty straight down there, a little bit left. Last time I threw my gauge on this hole, I ended up in the stuff on the right. But after my round where I did the buzz versus the gauge, I think the buzz makes more sense. I like it off my hand a little better. Should fade just a tiny bit. So if I can actually get the same throw in, I should end up in a great spot. Oh, that's not the same throw, I'll tell you that. I have a long putt. Another tester. Oh, that was basically a layup, but it's tapping. All right, so hole 3, again about 200-ish feet down, a little bit to the right. Perfect forehand hole for me, if I could throw a perfect forehand. Apparently, after this hole is those other holes that I've never seen, so we'll find them. Oh, that was so pretty. Back to kind of that awkward distance that I don't really like. I think I'm inside the circle. Yeah, definitely in the circle. There we go. All right, welcome to hole A on the front 9. Apparently it is 275, dead straight ahead. I don't actually see the basket down there, but the sign says it's straight. So, and there is a pretty clear fairway here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my jet, see where I can put myself. And I'm going to put myself in those bushes. Yep, right in the middle of them. So you should be able to see the basket up ahead, big yellow flag on the top of it. Unfortunately, I can't get myself in this shot because I'm so thick in these bushes. So I'm gonna try. I was gonna do an overhand to get out of these bushes better, but I'm gonna throw straight into this tree in front of me. So I'm gonna try doing a little bit of an Anheuser throw with the Raider. Just see if I can get up there. That could be pretty good. I don't think I'm putting yet, but I should be pretty close. So if I understand the story right, these holes right here are not permanent yet. They don't have plans to take them down. Oh, come on. But they're not permanent. Hole B out here at Kitsap County Fairgrounds. It looks like it's just pretty much straight up here. 260 feet is what the sign says. This is actually kind of a tricky shot. If you can get a 260-foot, almost dead straight shot and just aim just right at the basket, I think it would be a great shot. Let's be honest, I don't have that, but that's where I'm going to try. The other option that I just saw another guy play was actually trying to kind of do a flex forehand because it does widen out a little bit, about 80 or 90 feet up here, and just try to flex it to the left past these trees and then let it dive back in. I definitely don't have that shot, so we're going to go with the backhand. Yeah, that was the right shot. Just, 60 feet short. All right, so you should be able to see the flag on the pin just right up there. You also I know on the very left side of the frame, you can see a fence over here. This is all out of bounds over here. Quite the horseshoe pit over here. That's pretty cool, actually. What is there like? There's got to be 8 different horseshoe pits over there. But I'm pretty close. It's so obstructed, I don't really have a putt at it. So I'm going to try to pitch up right in there. I should be right behind the basket. So I gotta say, I really like this green. Nice thick woods in here. You're just kind of crashing in. Clearly the local club put in a ton of work to get this looking good, because this has not been here that long. All right, hole C. 190 feet, a little bit of downhill, just slightly on the left side. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my harp because I think I can get there at 190 feet with the downhill. Ooh, it turned too early though. Maybe I should have gone the buzz. Oh well. I'm gonna hit that on my way. Is that gonna bother me? Hopefully not. Yeah, well, easy par. So here we are on hole D, the last of the temporary holes on this side of the road. I was talking to the local disc golf owner, who is also extremely active in the disc golf club, and 360 disc golf, by the way. He was telling me that the intention here is to make this 18 holes on either side of the road. So you have 2 full separate courses, which is, I think, a really cool idea. I'm not sure quite how they're going to do it. I guess there is still quite a bit of untapped forest over here that we could get into. But these are still considered temporary holes because, the county hasn't officially given us the go-ahead to get that done. The tee pads here are actually really nice. They're 2x4 construction, probably plywood over the top of that, and then AstroTurf over the top of that. So they're actually pretty nice tee pads. And then they just, put them down with wooden stakes and level them. So pretty cool. Anyways, D is 280 feet straight up the gut here, slightly on the right side. I'm actually going to throw a backhand because it looks like, since I know I'm not going to get 280, it looks like if I can end up on the left side, I'll be a little bit better off. Throw in the insanity again. Yeah, that looks like about what I wanted. That should be just fine. Oh man, I hit the base of the basket. All right, on to hole 4, 200-ish feet, very much downhill, tucked off on the right side. Last time I threw a forehand and turned it over and it was terrible. And well, I figure I'll just try the same thing today. Why not? It worked for me last time, I guess. Yeah, sure. Oh, that's a much better shot. I'm a little right, but actually I think I have a putt. Well, a much better shot, but man, I went a fair amount deep. Oh gosh, this is an ugly spot to be. I guess technically I just broke that. I feel bad about it because it was live, though I honestly think that's kind of a weed. All right. I got no way to get any power on this. This is probably ended up just a layup. Not how I meant it to be, but that works. All right, hole 5. A little bit uphill, gradual turn to the right. I'm actually going to try a backhand this time. I haven't tried the backhand in quite a while. I'm going to try with my paprika because I do tend to have a little success in bending it to the right. So we're going to try that. Oh, turned it too far right. Oh, that's ugly. Oh, and the rollaway is not fun. All right, so the fairway is actually over here. We're far enough right that I think I'm going to try to flex forehand something in through this right side gap. I feel like I have a better chance of doing that. Oh, you gotta be joking me. The tiny little tree. Well, from where I'm at, there is no making this putt. I'm gonna try to flex around the outside. Oh, still left myself something. It came back a little. Pick a chain. All right, hole 6, 180? No, 200 feet. But a little bit of downhill, pretty easy shot. Assuming you hit the gap, because about halfway down, there's the 2 trees making a little bit of a V. That's the gap you got to hit. Really, I'm just going to try to take the buzz relatively straight and hope that it fades in there. Oh, too high. I'm going to end up way left, probably just a touch short too. All right, well, I'm relatively confident that that stood up and rolled, because how the heck else would that end up leaning on a log like that? But it rolled into a better position because I think I'm probably 10 or 15 feet closer than I was supposed to be. Okay. Hit that. Oh, good. It's tapping. I was going to sail past. Hole 7, 260 feet. Pump something straight down. Let it drift to the right. So that's the play. Do not go deep to the right. It is really nasty down there. that might be pretty good. I think I'm pretty close to pin high and a little bit deep, or a little left. Wow, talk about rollaways. I'm pretty sure that came in 10 or 15 feet left of the basket, and I'm 30 feet to the right down the hill. So also, it's kind of makes you doubt that this is 260, maybe 240. I don't feel like I muscled that disc, and I think it takes me a real solid shot to get 260 right now. So, I don't know. Might need to double check the numbers on that one. That wasn't it, but it's tapping. All right, hole 17, 270 up here. Basket's on the right side of the path. I'm gonna stick with the idea of backhanding this. I'm gonna try to poke through the gap here and end up on the left side because that should make the upshot a little easier. Yeah, maybe a little further left than I wanted, but that's about what I was looking for. All right, so when I put this camera angle on, I was like, oh yeah, I can get the disc and the basket. I didn't realize I was gonna be completely blocked off. How do I do this? I mean, really, the disc is, or the basket's straight that way through this cedar tree. I guess I need to do it this way. That is parked. Awesome. All right, hole 18. Sign says 245. Down this corridor, and then again bends a little to the left. Shape-wise, this is extremely similar to the last one. And if that one was 260 with a slight downhill, and this is 245 with an even slighter downhill, I should throw the same disc, same exact throw, and it should get there. Again, I don't think that last one was 260, but we'll find out. Let's see what happens. Get around it. Ooh. All right, well, that might be really good. I hope so. I could use a birdie. All right, so if this is 245 and the last one was 260, I felt like that was about the same throw. And it was definitely the same disc. And I end up 15 feet short on this one. Yeah, it doesn't seem quite right to me. Not quite a tap in, but pretty close. All right, so that was 13 holes at Fairgrounds, Kitsap County Fairgrounds out here. I like this course a lot. I don't like it quite as much as NAD, maybe just because it's I don't know. NAD to me is the original good golf course around here. But this is really close. This is a really good course. Especially the fact that it's now 27. Those new 4 holes, those temporary holes, hopefully they don't stay temporary. I also wouldn't be surprised if they changed order. Based on how they would add those in, I wouldn't be surprised if they changed some of the order of holes. But anyways, those were good. They had a little more distance than what's out here. I guess they were like halfway between distance-wise. They were like a halfway between the shorts and the longs for the holes out here. Makes me wonder how they'd get another set of tee pads on there to have shorts and longs. Maybe those would be the long positions and they just put in a shorter pad. I don't know. There was the one that was just short regardless, but the other 3 were a bit longer. Anyways, I had a great time out here. Definitely want to get back here soon so I can do the other side of the road for you, see those other temporary holes, and we'll talk a little more about the plans with those as well. But thank you so much for your time, and I hope you guys have a great day.